Hi everyone, it's Pastor Lilliard from St. Andrew. Hope you're doing well. I think one of the tempting things about being who we are, our human condition, is that it's easy to get myopic. It's easy to be a navel gazer. It's easy to think that our plight or the road we're on is more difficult or more nuanced, more treacherous than somebody else. For example, when you think of having little children, that you think your life is a lot more arduous than those who have older children. However, when you have younger children and they grow up to be older, you also know the truth of the adage, bigger kids, bigger problems. The other day, I was with a friend who was talking to a friend, and I was listening. And one of the friends was talking about the fact that his dog, the dog that he shares with his fiancée, got sick. They believe that the pooch ate a mushroom and became ill, or they feared that the dog would become ill. And one of the things they did is they Googled what happens when a dog eats mushrooms, and then, of course, that, if you will, pun intended, mushrooms into something else, because you Google and you see the terrible things that can happen, and, well, you've probably done that too. And so as I was listening to this friend of ours talk about the process of worrying about the dog and then going to the veterinarian and being concerned, and we have a dog named Ruby, and so I certainly understand that, but it also hearkened with me something that's good for all of us to remember, is that with my wife and I having 2 kids in college and 1 kid who's a high schooler, and then remembering when they were young and thinking about, well, yeah, but when you have children and they're sick, it's so much more fill in the blank. But to this friend, and to, in this case, his fiancée, they share a dog together. They do not yet have kids. And so that's all they know. And so the anxiety and the care that they have for their shared dog is, in their mind, equal to when a child gets colic or a child becomes ill and you take him or her to urgent care. In other words, what I'm saying is that we're on the same kind of journey, and that our kids are taller or shorter or younger or older. And even when we get to be older, and I'm getting there, and our parents become older and need some care, all of a sudden it reverts back. And then you go back to the troubles that we have taking care of our aged parents are very similar, analogous, and only nuanced in the condition and all the things they're in to when we, if we're so blessed to have little children, and trying to get them to sleep and having them wake up in the middle of the night and doing all the things that goes along with that process. And so what I'm really saying is we have to be sympathetic to people, that their variables don't have to be the same as our variables in order for it to be stressful or joyous or worthy of celebration or worthy of sorrow, that we in this human race are going along this plane called life. And we pretty much have different details, but our circumstances are very similar. And so that makes us, if you will, more empathetic and more compassionate. So, see in people the same struggles and the same victories as you have, and you will, if you will, be more brothers and sisters in Christ. Be well. God bless.